Hello out there, everyone. We're on the air. It's Banter Bets and BPL. It's me and Coach Cam. Again, we're going into round 4 of international betting. It's a tight one. It's we're within $30 of each other. I think they're $32. Coach Cam holds a slight edge. I was able to edge him out in round 3, just barely though. I ended up positive $4.43. Thought I was going to be better, but we should have just stayed and not bet today. We were looking better after Sunday's games, but Monday's games were tough for us. But thanks for coming on for round 4, Coach Cam. What do you got to say about your bets? Let's scroll down there and take a look at your bets this week. What did you like? What didn't you like?
Yeah. So okay. I know you. So I did for round 3. I had my parlays. My Greece, Slovenia, Denmark parlay. Oh God,
unbelievable!
So
you got away with this.
A little bit of background. So this past weekend I was in Waterloo, and I was with 2 of my friends, and they're both pod listeners. And they both said, "No, Cam, we're gonna take your word. We're gonna go with the Greece, Slovenia, Denmark parlay." I was like, "Perfect." So we're all in the basement. We're all streaming the games. Greece is winning. They're fine. Slovenia's tied.
They were losing in the second half as well.
Yeah. And Denmark was winning and then got scored out, and now they're drawn. So they're both teams are tied. It's the 90th minute. I'm like mixed emotions. I'm like, oh, Slovenia's screwing us. Denmark's screwing us. Iceland, fucking, it was crazy. And then we're watching the Slovenia game on one screen, and they win a pen. And we're going crazy. We're like, holy crap. Okay, so Illich just steps up, scores. Barely scores, by the way. The goalie jumped the right way. I was like, holy shit. And literally right after he scored, we switched tabs, and Christian Eriksen's firing the ball in the top left corner. And I've never seen the room explode so loud. Combined between the 3 of us, we won $200 between the 3 of us. And I was plus 18, but it was a scene and a half. I was super happy with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, my rest of my bets, they are what they are.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I would have been really close to you right now, but 90th minute penalty for Slovenia, 90th minute penalty for Denmark. Yeah. So Cam ends up, you ended up what? So negative $8 for the round 3. Still positive overall. You're plus 6. We need to finish strong, buddy, because that's going to tip the scales this round 4 here.
I know. I really need to come out. The only other bet I was disappointed was, and I was talking to her earlier about it, was today's Algeria. Both teams scored Algeria to win. Zimbabwe ended up coming back and tying the game 2-2, and they scored a pretty poor goal at the very end. I think the 83rd, 84th minute to tie it 2-2, and I was a little upset about that one, but it's what it is. Still positive, barely. Looking to finish strong here, though.
Yeah. And yeah, you had that one. Algeria was up 2-1 in the second half. That's what you needed. And then Zimbabwe comes back and Zimbabwe shocks the world.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have too many bad beats. I liked my bets this week. They worked out. I love betting those African teams at home. The African home teams seem to win. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of that. I think I've got one of them in my bets coming up. There's a lot of African games tomorrow. I might even bet a couple more home African games off the pod, but yeah, listeners out there, keep an eye on those African teams at home. They win, they defend their home turf. That's for sure. England,
the turfs are so great too, aren't they? Have you seen the games? The turfs are just,
oh yeah, the fields look like men's league fields. My goodness. No wonder it's hard to go away and win. Yeah, unfortunately England laid an egg, but I think we're done talking about the past, Coach Cam. Let's move on to the present, and let's end off winning some money. I'm looking to make up $32 on you and to catch you. So I'm hoping you've got some dumb bets, but I'm sure the listeners are hoping you got some good ones. Why don't you start us off with your round 4 bets?
Okay, well, big disclaimer. I'm not veering away from the strategy. So there's going to be a stupid bet, and all the listeners keep going. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. But let's start off a little simple. My first bet, I have a parlay with Latvia to win, France to win, and Switzerland to win. So
Latvia, Switzerland, France.
Yeah, those 3 winners. $8 usual, pays out $37.10. So those three. My next one, 3 goal scorers. I was trying to figure out which ones to pick. I'm really looking forward, honestly, to see Ronaldo break Pele's record. So I did pick him to score against Croatia. So I have Ronaldo scoring. I have Seferovic scoring and Jovetic scoring. So those 3. Yeah, and only because Montenegro, last time they played, Jovetic scored 2 goals. So against Andura or whoever they're playing. So $8. Yeah, see, are you ready? $8 pays $73.80. Let's see how it goes. Next one, a little easier. I have Spain, and Spain, Germany, Croatia, and Portugal. Both teams to score for both games. So I need those 4 teams to score, and yeah, $10 for this one. Pays about $29.07. So that one was it was honestly tough because a lot of the games I was going through, I usually want to bet in 3s, and I'm like, I don't know if both teams are going to score in all these games. All the other games seemed, I don't know.
You almost had your both teams to score parlay the other day. It was every team scored but Scotland.
Yeah, honestly. And actually, she just brought this freaking in my African bets this morning. Gambia won and Malawi freaking drew. And that also screwed me because I had both those teams winning. Anyway, the past is the past. Let's get a couple more bets. So I parlayed for Tuesday, Belgium to win, England to win, Italy to win, and Kosovo to win. And 8 again pays $26.80 for that one. I wanted to keep going with some goal scorers. Big Rom got absolutely denied by Dean Henderson. I don't know if you saw, so I picked him to score. I picked Insigne to score for Italy, and I wanted to veer away from other goal scorers because again, it was tough for me to pick a goal scorer for the nation. So I went into the World Cup qualifiers, and I picked Martinez for Argentina to score. Lautaro Martinez, anytime, for every player you see, every name, void. If they're not going to start, Mitrovic did not. Yeah, exactly. Mitrovic didn't start. You void. You get your money back. Especially with me, it seems
it's just responsible. It's just responsible.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, it seems like I pick players, and because I picked them, they don't play. So definitely void. But $8 on that, pays $99. And I was a little surprised it was that because all 3 of these are pretty big goal scorers. And then last one, my strategy, it's gonna work. And this time, mark my words, it's gonna work. It's Uruguay. They play Brazil. I have Luis Suarez to score first, Brazil to win. And that's $8 again. My last 8, and that pays $208. So, Luis Suarez, if you're on, score early, pen, whatever it is, and then Brazil, just do your thing. Don't be waste. Put the ball in the back of the net, and we'll be fine. So those are mine. Let's hear what you have to say.
All right, Coach Cam, you're swinging for the fences still. I'm hoping you lose all those. I'm going to catch you, buddy. But here's what I got off. I'm going to rip it off quick before my laptop dies and we have to record again here. So I've got Croatia, Portugal to end in a draw. 2 somewhat even teams. Portugal's a little bit better, but Portugal's playing on the road. So that's a draw, $5 at 3.5. Spain, Germany, same thing. I think Germany's a little better, but they're playing on the road. The draw is 3.5. I like that number. $5 on Spain, Germany to draw. Northern Ireland at home against Romania. Northern Ireland took the lead against Austria away. They were like 17.0 to win. I like Northern Ireland at home getting pretty good odds, 3.0 against Romania. So yeah, Northern Ireland, $5 to win at home. Colombia on the road in Ecuador. I know it's tough to win away in South American qualifying, but I think Colombia's got to come back after that 3-0 embarrassment at home to Uruguay. So Colombia at 2.75, good number away from home for a good team that should rebound. Speaking of good numbers away from home, Bolivia 15.0 away at Paraguay. I don't think Paraguay is good enough to be a 1.2 favorite against anyone. I know Bolivia isn't great either, but it's hard to look away from that number, 15.0 for a Bolivia win. All they need is 1 goal just to sneak one, and that's it. I've got Bolivia there. Another away team, Brazil, away at Uruguay. I know I'm picking 3 away winners in South American qualifying, which doesn't usually happen, but I think I like Brazil on the road. I like Colombia on the road. Bolivia is just a pure numbers play. So I've got Brazil at 2.15 for $5. And now going down to some international friendlies. I love those international friendlies.
You do.
South Korea at home to Qatar, getting plus money, 2.1. Come on, let's go South Koreans. I know there was a bit of a COVID outbreak, but they still gave Mexico a good game. So we're going with them. Still don't understand why people like Qatar. Maybe they're going to prove me wrong again. Japan at home to Mexico, 3.5. Another good number for a draw. Same thing. Better teams on the road, I think, Mexico, but on the road in a friendly, maybe they don't care as much. Maybe it ends a draw. I am gonna, my second last bet for $5 is Ethiopia at home to Niger. You love those African teams at home. I keep telling you guys, bet Ethiopia at home. They're 2.25. We've seen African teams win lots of games at home. And then lastly, I've got a $5 parlay, home teams again, France, Montenegro, and Belgium at home. That's a 3.79 parlay. France to beat Sweden, Montenegro to beat Cyprus, Belgium to beat Denmark. 3 home teams that are better than the away teams. I really like that. 3.795 bucks on that one. And those $5 each. Those are my bets for the week, Coach Cam.
I like those. I just have one quick question. So when Luis Suarez does score first, are you going to be cheering for Brazil to win your bet, or are you going to be cheering against them? Because
I will be cheering against them because I can't have you winning $200. So
That's
I'll
fair.
happily take
fair.
on that one.
Fair enough. It's gonna pay out some one of these days. You're gonna get a text from me. Maybe it's even the next podcast. You're gonna be talking about it, but you're definitely gonna see one team scoring, other team winning.
Yeah, I might throw a bone to Cam's strategy on one of the BPL pods too.
Thank you.
Because you're right. I kind of like that, and eventually one will hit, and we've been getting some crazy odds on those.
Yes.
All right, Coach Cam, do you have anything else to say before we wrap up?
No, I'm just excited for tomorrow's games and Wednesday's games, and hopefully we can both bring back some money, but just me a little bit more than you, and that's the goal.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. That was a quick one. Get those bets in. Stay safe out there. Bet even safer. Thank you for listening. And enjoy the rest of the international break.